are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep me in your heart for a while.
Clarence Borel is receiving the Warren Zevon Keep Me in Your Heart Award this year because his court case was the first time that we were able to prove that these companies were poisoning people.
Clarence Borel's case happened in Texas in the early 1970s. It took a courageous man, a dedicated family, and a really smart lawyer to take that case to trial.
Clarence Borel is the symbol of when all of these asbestos workers who had died before him, tens upon tens of thousands, he was the first man who was able, through testimony of the great pioneering physician Felikoff and the great legal efforts of the pioneering Ward Stevenson, to sue these powerful asbestos companies.
He was so hopeful, and he had such plans because he certainly didn't think he was going to be dying from this.
He was a neat fella. Everything he did was good. And he did his work the same way. He never had to worry about a job. They always needed him more than he needed the job.
Bracy started working with his father at 16, and none of the boxes had warnings on them at that time.
I don't feel that they took any responsibilities for my dad or anybody else's health because they just didn't care.
It took a lot of courage for Mr. Borel and his family to stand up and put themselves in harm's way, because anytime you go into litigation, you're going to be demeaned, you're going to be harassed because you're going against a big industry.
The main way it touched me was to see his mother, to see her sit day after day through that trial. And she was a very private person, very quiet, and that was hard for her to be out among the people, to go to the trial, to talk to the different people. It was hard for her. They kept trying to get him to admit that he had smoked, and they'd say, he'd kind of make a joke of it. Well, surely you smoked as a kid. You never smoked. And he'd say, no, I've never smoked a cigarette.
Now, Clarence was a preacher, so because of his good lifestyle, not drinking and not smoking, he had the perfect counter to what the defense usually does. What the defense likes to do is create doubt. Maybe it was Clarence's fault that he got sick with an asbestos-caused disease. Maybe it was his fault that he didn't work properly with this carcinogen. But because of Clarence, his lawyer, and the fact that he didn't drink and smoke, they were able to prove his case against Fiberboard and 10 other defendants.
After the deposition, he was too sick to stay home. So they brought him to the hospital, and up until then, we still had hope, and he had hope. And he realized then that he was dying, and so he said, I want to die at home. And so they brought him home. And at that point, he probably weighed 70 pounds at the most. I mean, it was unbelievable.
My daddy died the next day. I went to work. Yeah, chill chemical. The man run the job. He didn't even ask how my dad was. Didn't care.
He would be so proud that this award is being given. And I'm very honored that it has been done, because I think they deserve that. Because, like you said, it has made a difference. His trial made a difference. And he would be embarrassed to get up there and accept the award, but he would be extremely proud.